Hello there, and welcome to another edition of Paydirt Remote. Today I'm joined by Saracen Mineral Holdings Managing Director, Raleigh Finlayson. Saracen's coming off a record March quarter, and to tell me how performance is going to be sustained is Raleigh. Thanks for joining me. Your production guidance for the next couple of financial years looks healthy. How do you plan to maintain that given the current circumstances?
Yeah, thanks, Mark, and thanks for having me on. So, look, we've delivered a record quarter on many metrics this time around, and obviously with the growth that we see in the super pit over the coming years, but also back at home, particularly on the back of Carissa Dam, where we're currently expanding our mill there. So that will be expanded to give us an increased production profile on FY21. So we've guided to 500,000 ounces in FY20, which is just about to complete, and we're guiding to plus 600,000 ounces in FY21. So for Saracen, we're very well positioned to still be able to hold that growth tag as we move forward from here.
Given the amount of M&A activity in the gold sector, and peers in your space looking offshore for opportunities, you've decided to stay home and you're reaping the rewards. Is this some kind of vindication given the current situation we're in?
Yeah, I'd like to think that we predicted a black swan event like coronavirus, but I can comfortably say we didn't do that. Look, we like the model, putting COVID aside, we like the model of having all of our assets within close proximity to each other. And we've been able to, on the back of that, do things like rolling out an executive management team roster to the sites where we go to site for a week, come back and isolate for 2 weeks. So to be able to do that, really understand what's happening on our mine sites, talk to our people, making sure people are safe, doing the right mental capacity, has been a significant advantage for Saracen having our assets all close to each other in that goldfields region. So for us, we see opportunities to really continue to leverage off our asset base.
Getting close to the super pit in recent months, has there been anything that surprised you at all?
We did fundamentally a lot of our assessment on the Golden Mile itself, so effectively the super pit. So Saracen saw a lot of scope and upside with the Finlayson South area as an open pit, which is unpacking itself really nicely at the moment. Northern Star, when they came into the mix, had probably a stronger focus on the underground side of Fimiston, which again, you dovetail the two together, it looks like a really promising future for KCGM. I suppose a positive surprise we're saying is what's up and down the belt, particularly up around the Mount Charlotte, Mount Percy area, which frankly we didn't even get to really evaluate during the DD side. We want to continue to understand the entire system, and our geos have been busily unpacking the resource, rebuilding the resource. We're looking forward to putting out some drill results that haven't seen the light of day for this asset for over 3 decades.
While things may return to some sort of normality, it's going to be far from business as usual. What does Saracen's business look like from now on in?
Yeah, I think the advent of what seems like this new technology around Zooms and Teams, I appreciate that was technology that was here pre-COVID, but it feels like it's a brand new tool that we've got in our kit at the moment. So I think definitely being able to utilise that to effectively run our business and really tap into technology has been one thing that comes out of it. I think the appreciation for being able to stop and smell the roses and realise that fundamentally our business is driven off what happens on our operations. To make sure we spend a decent amount of time on our mine sites to really understand, not to zoom in and out for a day, but to spend a good quality week up there to fully understand what's happening, look really under the bonnet, and also to have really good comms with our people has been one thing that definitely comes out of it. But I also think, finding that balance again, I think through the COVID situation, we've done lots of things quickly and well, and I absolutely commend the actions taken early by Mark McGowan's government, the leadership shown by Paul Everingham through the CME has been outstanding. But generally the broader resources sector, how we've come together, rolled out a bunch of initiatives, and really hopefully shown to the public that we've been able to act quickly, keep our people safe, really focus on the lives and livelihoods of our people, but also play a critical role in making sure that the economy remains as strong as it possibly can.
Coronavirus has impacted a lot of things around the world. The AFL has always been impacted. It's probably a year for the Crows to forget anyway, but how important does COVID-19 sort of put things in perspective? And if we miss a year of football, is that a big concern at all for everyone involved?
First point's a valid one. Probably next decade would be handy if they didn't play AFL, because I think it's probably going to take us the Crows about that long to even consider getting into the 8. I see we've got a fine for can't even get training right. So they've banned training, and yet we still train. So we've got an uncanny ability to do the wrong thing at that club. So anyway, that's fine. We'll move on. I think now with a bit more time to settle and map out these plans, hopefully they can get it right. At the end of the day, first and foremost, similar to what we're doing in the resources sector, people's safety has to come first. And I think people understand that. They'd love to be doing, turning the footy on a Friday afternoon, watching the Crows get smacked. But look, at the end of the day, we do the best we can through the circumstances we've got. And I think people appreciate that at the end of the day, it comes back on when it's safe to do so.
Yeah, and do you think the AFL hierarchy can take some sort of examples out of the fly-in, fly-out model that's used in the mining industry to run their own competition?
Yeah, maybe. I think, the one thing that I suppose the resources sector did is obviously move to the longer rosters quickly, which is difficult to do when you're trying to play every week, particularly if you've got people travelling across the borders, which we close very quickly. So to play a game and then isolate for 2 weeks would mean you've got about a 6-round year, so that probably wouldn't really work. And the other recognition is it's a contact sport. One of the things we are doing on the site is obviously enacting social distance measures, so quite different, I think. So for us, we've been able to put these measures in place and hold pretty firm on those. I think far more difficult for the AFL, in fairness.
Great. Well, yeah, thanks very much for your input, Raleigh. And once again, it's always great for you to spare your time with Paydirt. And we look forward to catching up down the track. And best of luck to you and the team at Saracen.
Thanks, Mark, and thanks for bringing up the Crows. I may well switch to another footy team by the time we chat next. So looking forward to it.